Welcome to the Friday edition of the Box Seat, a Good Friday edition. Adam McGrath and Mark Olmos with you. Mark, really looking forward to this race day.
Yeah, it should be a great day, Adam. Of course, headlined by the Group 3 WA size produce over 1,400 metres. Only a few backing up from the Karrakatta Plate, so a really intriguing race. But Adam, I'm really excited to be here on course, the racing action. All the spotlight will be on Ascot for what will be a wonderful Friday afternoon of racing.
Yeah, let's hope we do see some great racing. We'll take a look at the conditions that we are going to be faced with. The movable rail is out 6 metres, good conditions for racing as well, some westerly, so they will get their chance to run on. Mark, let's get straight into race number 1. It's a maiden over the 1,200 metres.
Yes, let's try to find some more winners for the punters and the followers of the Box Seat. Adam, our replay horse, Kim's Call, now trained by Vaughan Sigley. It was a slashing effort last start behind Victorious Lad.
Kim's Call and now Schnitzel in the straight. Excellent Jerry ranged up to Sunset Pete once again. Sunset Pete on the inside of Excellent Jerry, a length and a half behind them. Victorious Lad around the heels, and here comes a Knight of Pro with his run. Victorious Lad with a Knight of Pro in pursuit, but Victorious Lad has shaken off a Knight of Pro. Kim's Call and Victorious Lad gets home in the opening race.
Really nice performance by this 4-year-old mare. She got back and ran on strongly, and we saw that. Well, she got back in her debut at Northern as well, didn't run on with the same turn of foot, but I was really impressed with this run from barrier 10 to only go down by 1.5 lengths of Victorious Lad, which looks to have plenty of ability. I think there was a lot of merit in that run, considering it was held up as well, will only improve from that performance.
Yeah, it was a nice ride by Sean Mears as well. He stays on for this race, which is a good lead because Vaughan's got a couple of other runners in the race. Barrier 10 on that occasion, he got back to the fence and followed the winner, Victorious Lad, all the way through. As you saw on the replay, really nice effort to finish off, and it looked like the further the better. Stays at 1,200 metres here, but really live chance here. Number 12, Inimitable. Now Dan Stake rides for Fred Kersley here from barrier 1. Just looks to get all the favours here.
It does. It had every chance to win last start. I'll say that as well. I thought it was a little bit weak over those final stages, but that was against a better field with the Black Scandals, and even the run before that against Stellar Ignition. So I think this horse is probably the one to beat when you take a look at the way the race is going to map out and those form lines too.
Yeah, that start behind Stellar Ignition, absolutely no luck, but it was a nice run on effort by the filly by Lonhro. Adam, we've also got in the race number 2 there, Hurricane Jack. Now, this is a $320,000 purchase from the yearling sales a few years ago, so they'll want to get a return here. This looks winnable.
Yeah, they've kept a colt as well by Schnitzel, and that's been the issue with this galloper. Just had a couple of issues in the mind. We haven't seen a trial, so it's hard to know if this horse has matured and gone on with it, but you only have to take a look at the form lines around My Grace, Lusaha, Master Magician, these types as well, to know that this horse has to be a contender. But I'm going with the Kersley galloper here, number 12 from barrier 1, then number 9 throwing in Kim's Call, 2 Hurricane Jack and 4 Hayen Lad.
It was hard for me to go past number 9 Kim's Call, the replay horse, but I've got 12 on top, Inimitable as well from the 13, which is High Calypso, the other Sigley runner, number 9 Kim's Call and 2 Hurricane Jack.
Race number 2, it's a Class 5 handicap. It's over the 1,000 metres. And Mark, I think there's a fair few in this that can win this race. There's some good form lines, and on their day, I think most of these could get up and wouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah, tricky Class 5, isn't it, Adam? We'll have a look at the replay horse, though. Number 4, Carpenter, winning at Class 3 level.
Rose, but made the corner very deep in the home straight. At the cutaway, 250 from home. Bell's Tower from Castle Queen. Capanda down near the rail, then I Do Declare. Seattle Striker is further back. Bell's Tower tackled on the rails by Capanda. It's Capanda on the inside. Bell's Tower the outside. They're having a tooth and nail battle going to the line. Heads are bobbing. Oh, they're very tight together.
Nice performance there by Capanda. We've seen so many times this galloper. It gets well supported and doesn't win. I think it was about an 863-day drought it broke on this occasion. It was a beautiful ride by Aaron Mitchell. Jumped out from barrier 3, just got into a nice style and then was able to finish off. I was surprised that this horse managed to get the head down at the right time because it has found every possible way to be beaten in recent times. But with barrier 1, the 1.5 kilo claim, I mean, it beat a horse like I Do Declare in that race and meets it better in the weights again. So there's a lot to like about Capanda.
Yeah, I just really like the fighting qualities, as you alluded to before there, Adam. Really got their head down and drew away with Bell's Tower on that occasion. I think they put about 2 lengths in the rest of the field. So a nice effort there. Should get a very similar run in transit from barrier 1. We've also got the one here recoiled now. Jim Taylor trains. Shelby Botel takes off 3 kilos. if this galloper is at his best, he just wins this very comfortably.
Would never question Jim Taylor. He knows his horse is better than anybody else, but I just cannot stand this horse over 1,200 metres. Comes back to 1,000 now. This is where I think it belongs. I think you see its best races over the 1,000. The form lines have proven that as well. Go back to the first run this prep when beaten 1.5 by Seeker. Add the 3 kilo claim here to Shelby Botel. Barrier 5 as well. They do not have to lead with this galloper. I think it's probably the best in the race and should be winning.
Number 3, Festive Excess, is a very interesting runner. Only won 5 days ago, Adam. So on the quick backup, must be going well for Ted Martinovich. We know the stable's flying as well.
Interesting galloper. I backed it at Pinjarra on that occasion because the track and distant form lines down the straight are so good, and again we saw that. But you add the bend. Look, the horse has still won at Ascot and performed nicely, but just doesn't have that same, dominance that we've seen at Pinjarra. I still think it's a good chance in this race from Barrier 8, but I do prefer others. Light Recall, which I do have on top, from War in Paris, number 9, I Do Declare, and 7, Incredible Hulk.
I've got the 4 on top here, Carpenter. I think it can go 2 from 2 this preparation. Ahead of number 5, Aerozine, 1 Recoiled, and 2 War in Paris.
Race number 3 at Ascot. It's over the 1,100 metres, and Mark, for the loyal box seat viewers, the replay that they're about to see, if they followed us in, they would have enjoyed the $17 and had a smile on their face.
Yeah, Glimmer Girl we speak of course, is our replay horse. Let's have a look at it. Swamping a small field last start.
Ben Cramden railed beautifully, led the way from Miss Somebody. Scalpel on the outside, Pike looking for the way clear with Snow Lord. Glimmer Girl's coming down the outside though from Dainty Tess at the 250. Glimmer Girl and Scalpel in the middle. Snow Lord getting a late rails run, but Glimmer Girl had hit the front. Dainty Tess charging late, but Glimmer Girl back in distance, too good. Glimmer Girl beat Snow Lord.
It just went exactly to plan when you take a look at this run. There was so much speed in the race. You knew that she was going to be camped right behind them and then showed that really good turn of foot. She settled nicely throughout the run. 1,100 metres, it looks ideal, that extra step up. William Pike takes her right again, and again there's really good speed in this race, so she doesn't have to lead at all. That extra step up, William into a rhythm, and she'll be attacking the line strongly. She'll be very hard to beat.
Also in the race, number 1, Sweet Aura, drops back to 3-year-old Company, which is a big tick. Gets the claim from Clint Johnston Porter. Barrier 1. Look, it looks hard to beat, but we need to see a return this preparation. Yeah,
look, we certainly do. I think the trial was good enough. She was fat on that occasion, but still got the job done. The first up run wasn't that bad. Beaten 2.3 lengths by Woollybar. That horse is going to the Fitzpatrick Plate as well. 1.5 kilos off the back with the 59. We know that she can carry weight.
Number 2, Next Generation as well. A winner last start, and was good the start before that, Adam. Drawn 4, looks to get every possible.
Yeah, the form lines around more aces look good, don't they? And then the win at last start beating My Grace. Look, I think Glimmer Girl's probably a better runner than My Grace, but I just like the way Next Generation went about it. I think this horse can go on with it, so I'm going to tip it on top from Glimmer Girl, then number 1 Sweet Aura, and 4 Hoboken.
I've got the 3 on top here, Glimmer Girl, sticking fat. I can see the race panning out very similarly to last start. From number 9 King of Chaos, 1 Sweet Aura, and 2 Next Generation.
Race number 4 at Ascot. It's over the 1,600 metres, and Mark, there's a couple in this. I speak of the likes probably of Burgio and Tucky's Lad that just seem to have stepped up this prep, and they're really knocking on the door, and I think can match it against some better Saturday types.
Yeah, Tucky's Lad, of course, the last start winner. Very impressive. Keep an eye out for Black Vice and Diamond Tonique.
Has been parked wide all the way, still there battling a run coming the way of Barry's Rabbit though. Tucky's Lad down the outside, Bow Count struggling. Dr. Sykes at the 200 got his nose in front, but now Tucky's Lad claims him from the back. Myaki Mack is storming home. Diamond Tonique kicks back. Tucky's Lad, Diamond Tonique, and Tucky's Lad with Myaki Mack, but Tucky's Lad won the last.
It's a good performance there by Tucky's Lad, and when you take a look at the form lines, you had to have it on top in that race. Beaten 2.3 lengths by Touch of Silver, beaten 2.8 by Serious Prospect, missing the kick in one of those as well and running on strongly. So just had the race mapped out perfectly there from Barrier 7. Diamond Tonique certainly made it work, but I think it was a really nice performance. The Barrier 3 here is the big goal, 54.5 kilos, 1,600 metres. I really like it in this race.
Yeah, I do too. The track stats do deter me somewhat though, but should see its best. He's a better animal than he's been showing in recent times. We've also got in the race there, number 4 Burgio, you also mentioned. Looks a nice little Quinella there, those two. William Pike rides here for now. Sarah Miller, the wife of Jason, and the second last start in Equal Company was very good.
Really good win 2 starts ago, and then the second, as you said, behind Politics, which we saw race on a Saturday as well. I think those form lines will hold up from Barrier 6, with William Pike is going to get a lovely run throughout.
Adam, you're on top selections.
I'm going to go with number 7 Tucky's Lad, from 4 Burgio, 3 Tonka Tough, and 2 Push to Pass.
I've got the 4 on top here, Burgio, from number 3 Tonka Tough, 7 Tucky's Lad, and 8 Black Frida.